Do you love retro games like platformers? Check out my review of Awesome Pea coming up next on Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumble. On today's episode of Mumbles, I am bringing you guys another giggity game review. So now let's talk about Awesome Pea. Awesome Pea is a game that is created by Pigeon Dev, and this game can be picked up on multiple systems. Those systems include Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Now, normally I would give the price before this, but here's the thing, guys. This game has two different pricing points. The Steam Marketplace price for this game is $2.99. However, the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 price is $5.99. But what is this game by Pigeon Dev about? I'm going to read the description directly from the website itself and the creators. And that description reads, "Welcome to the Awesome Islands world. Awesome Pea, classic run and jump platformer where you must jump through many challenging levels and help the greedy pea who is ready to undergo any trials for the gold's sake. Dangerous dungeons, deceptively beautiful natures, hiding deadly traps, as well as many coins await you. What you will find in this game: stylishly pixel graphics inspired by Gameboy games, 25 different levels, a stunning retro soundtrack, Steam achievements for everyone who loves to prove their skills, and controller support." So that is basically what Awesome Pea is. In my own words, this is a retro platformer. It doesn't do much, but it is a retro platformer that can be rage-inducing. So now let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game. This game does have some very well-inspired graphics. You can tell right away that these are based off of Game Boy graphics. And the reason that you know this is because on the Game Boy, for those of you that have never played it, the graphics and everything around it usually was in a grayish-green color. And in Awesome Pea, everything is grayish-green. Now, they do a good job of switching up backgrounds and things like that and making each level interesting. But it is very much inspired by the Game Boy graphics. And they did a great job of balancing everything out. So graphic-wise, I have no complaints. This is a very well-made graphical game. Soundtrack-wise, this game, again, kept very true to what it was aiming for, which was Game Boy-style soundtrack. Now, I will say that this is very much gaming elevator music, but it's still a nice soundtrack. So I don't really have any complaints soundtrack-wise. Controls for this game. The controls for this game work quite well. Really, all that you have is your movement controls as well as a jump button. And everything else is just dodging traps and using these buttons. So control-wise, this game is pretty much perfect for any system. Now let's talk about the gameplay of this game. This game is all about completing each level by getting to the end. Along the way, there are coins and jewels that you can collect to up your score. But they don't really do anything to advance or hinder the gameplay. It's more about just being able to collect them all. Now, this game is very much a rage-inducing type game, as you will find yourself having to dodge and jump over and move around various traps. And if you get hit even one time, you have to start all the way over at the beginning of the level. So that can be very frustration-inducing. But very much so, that's the only thing really to talk about with this game. This is very much a retro-style platformer with just a jump and dodging things. Now let's talk about the cons for this game. The first con that I have for this game is that this game isn't anything we haven't seen. They didn't really introduce anything new. They did do kind of a throwback retro style Game Boy game. But here's the thing, guys, there's nothing new introduced. It's simple. Jump over each trap, make sure you dodge them, and you're good to go. That is what this game is. It doesn't introduce anything new. There's no gimmicks or anything like that. So it is what it is. Nothing really new introduced here. And my second con for this game is, and this is more of a personal con than anything, is that I do wish the jewels and coins that you collected actually meant something. Like maybe you could have an unlockable store where you could unlock hats and stuff for the little pea, because he is really cute, and I think that could be a nice addition to this game. So I just would have liked to seen the coins and jewels have a little bit more meaning, but that's just me. My third con for this game is that this game does only have 25 levels, but this isn't a huge con because this is a rage-inducing game. You could still easily spend multiple hours on this game for a little price. So I'm not going to give that con a big, downer or anything. It's just another personal con that I have. So now all that's left to talk about is the overall score that we're going to give this game. Awesome Pea is a very well-made game. They did everything they set out to do. They made it retro. They gave it Game Boy style play. They gave it Game Boy style graphics, Game Boy style soundtrack, and everything is very well thought out and put together. But here's the thing, guys. It doesn't do anything new, and it's only 25 levels. So I had to take that into account that if you don't like these kind of games, it doesn't have a big appeal. So with that in mind, Awesome Pea on today's Mumbles review is going to get a 7 out of 10. It's still a fantastic game. They did a great job developing it. They did a great job designing it. But it is exactly what it is. If you don't like this kind of game, probably not for you. So anyways, guys, this has been another episode of Mumbles. I want to thank you guys all so much for joining me. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons. Now, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.